everybody, below 10,000 here, bringing you a showcase video. This is a Minecraft map showcase video, and we're going to be looking at the Oracle of Seasons recreation for The Legend of Zelda in Minecraft, and this was created by the same people who made The Legend of Zelda The Star Crystal, which I did a massive Let's Play on last year. So let's just quickly... Oh, what's this? Oh, look at this map. It's the map of Subrosia. And then there's Holodrum. Great. Okay, hi. Hi, my name is Nightworm. This map file includes an edited version of my Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons resource pack. If you want the original unedited version, click the link down below. And here are all the people. Warp Scroll by Ganon. Click a location to teleport there. Wow. You can use the Warp Scroll in this chest to teleport to any major location in the game. Okay, let's take a look at these people. Hey everyone, I'm OriginMC. I built several areas, including the western coast, the graveyard, Onox's castle, parts of the desert, and the entirety of Subrosia. I also built Bigoron on top of the Goron mountain. Check out my YouTube channel there. We've got TheNerdyGinger. What's up, guys? I'm this map's main creator. Began working on this map in August of 2017 and finished in late March 2018 with over 200 hours of in-game time working on this. I built most of Holodrum's overworld along with all caves, houses, and dungeons. I hope you enjoy this 3D tour around one of my favorite game worlds. Here's hoping it gets a remake someday. Same. I would love to see the Oracle games get remakes. Yeah, my dudes, I'm Hobby. I helped out the TheNerdyGinger in this map's early stages. I helped start Horon Village, built the Maku tree, and designed the basic models for the trees and houses used throughout the entire map. Alright, and our first map, The Legend of Zelda Star Crystal, which I played. Brilliant map. Should definitely go play it. Let's just kind of head straight to the spawn... Oh, this is the spawn room. Let's head to Horon Village. And we're already in game mode to see... Oh, it's the tree! It's the Maku tree. Oh my god, this is actually really cool looking. Wow. Does it open up? It does! Oh, that is cool. That is extremely cool. You have no idea. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna kind of go around this place, like this map, and sort of show it off like I would if I was actually playing the game. So here you would have Horon, right? And she would be like, hey, I'm a buy stuff from you. And it's kind of cool. So let me just actually, oh my god, it's the entire overworld. Oh my god, this is actually really cool. So we, I believe, at the start of the game, start somewhere around here. And you kind of cross along here. Impa's cave is around here somewhere. I don't remember where it is. It's somewhere around here. I think it's over this way. I'm pretty sure this is this Impa's cave? It's definitely a house, and it looks beautiful, I must say. No, this is the chicken lady's house. But, oh, there's the sun. But you start, around somewhere. There's Impa's cave. It's a really cool sort of place. It's somewhere around here. I think it's here it is. Here it is. So this would be where you start the game. You wake up here, you leave, you head to the village, and you're like, wow, this is a really cute village. And you're like, dun 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 dun. No, that's Link's Awakening. So you'd head into the village, you kind of explore around, you try and see what you can find, and then you kind of, just keep exploring. It's a pretty cool place. You'd then be told to sort of go, I believe, west down to the beach, and you would explore the beach, and then you would enter the first dungeon, which is this dungeon. Oh no, this is a fairy fountain, but I think the first dungeon is around here. This, I think, is the first dungeon. You'd enter the first dungeon, and it's already, and it's an empty room, and then you'd enter this room, and you wouldn't be able to get up here. You'd have to find a way through there. So I believe you'd go through here, you'd do the challenges that are present in here. You'd get through here, and then you would collect a tripwire hook, which I believe is going to be used as a key in this game. That's my assumption. So we'd head across, I guess, over to here, and this is where we would get the wooden sword. We get our first sword. And then there was also a bombable wall somewhere, which would let us go over to that one place. And it's just a really cool sort of little nod to the first Oracle of Seasons area. Oh no, you would fall through here, now I remember. You'd fall through here, land here, and there'd be something in there. I can't remember exactly what it was. It's been a while since I played Seasons. But you kind of find something in there. And there's just a whole bunch of stuff that you can explore. But I'm most curious about the dungeons, because the first dungeon is right here, and it's a reference to the first Legend of Zelda. So you'd come here, and it'd be Legend of Zelda Level 1's Gnarled Root Dungeon. So you'd head in, you would explore the dungeon, and you'd have many different directions you can go. You can go this way, which would take you around here. There's a minecart area at some point. I think this room was like a mini-boss room, or a battle room. There are enemies in there. And we have all the minecarts, which would sort of take you around to different places, which would ultimately take you to this chest, which I believe contained a key. I want to know if they've actually built any of the bosses into the dungeons, because this is by far one of the best Zelda dungeon recreations. But have they gone the extra mile? That's the question. You could head through here, and there'd be this beautiful room. And then I believe this was a mini boss room. This was like I think it was Wizrobes or something, or Stalfos, and you'd head in here, and then you'd get this little 2D segment where you can actually go and grab the main item of the level, which I believe was the slingshot? Yeah, it was the slingshot. We get this, we got not the slingshot, but it would be the slingshot bag, I believe, and you'd be able to like carry seeds, and it was a really helpful dungeon item, and it was really cool. So you would then go back through the dungeon, and you'd go through the right side of the dungeon instead of the left side, so you'd start going backwards. You start making your way back. Back again. So you'd go through here, you'd do the puzzle in here, you'd kind of get through this, you'd get through here, and then this would be where the boss was. This would be where you fight Aquamentus, I'm pretty sure. And then you would get the birch sapling from here, and you'd be able to leave, and then you'd be out. So let me actually game mode 3 this. I think game mode 3 might be a bit better for this sort of thing. I just want to showcase, god damn it. I just want to showcase this map, because it is a cool map. Like, it really is quite cool. And I like how it's actually built, like, near where it's meant to be. That's really cool. So if you look at this, this is the actual map of the overworld. We are right here. Dungeon 2 was Dodongo's Cave, which is over here. So let's head over this way. So we've got the Autumn Forest, and this is the dungeon right here. You would go through the Autumn Forest, you change the seasons, and then you get to the Snake's Remains, which is this beautiful purple dungeon, as you can see. It's like got watermelon walls, it's pretty beautiful. You'd kind of head through the dungeon. I'm just sort of exploring, because this is a game I did play a lot as a kid, and this is like the sort of game that I enjoyed. I don't know what this is. No idea what that is. I think that's one of the 2D segments, because there were 2D segments within these games, which was always interesting to me, because the 2D segments were kind of a little bit on the weird side. I can't tell if this is a different dungeon or not. I think this is a different dungeon. Oh god. Oh yeah, that's a different dungeon altogether. Yeah, you can tell by the just by how it looks. I'm trying to figure out where the boss is. I know there's a boss room somewhere. Oh, this is where Facade would fight you. Reused boss from Link's Awakening. They brought him back for this, and that was pretty cool. He was one of my favorite bosses from Link's Awakening, actually. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of him now. This would be the room where you'd fight the Dodongo. You'd fight him. You'd chuck him onto the spikes, and then you'd go and you'd collect the next thing. You'd collect this clock, which was the next like sort of big item you needed to collect. And then you'd re-emerge and you'd go to Subrosia, which is like this underground sort of world. But then you'd kind of make your way along here. This is the boxing area. You'd box for some boxing gloves. And then I believe it's around here somewhere you impress a kangaroo. I think it's here. And then you kind of head around here. You go over the bridge. You kind of just explore. And you got to try and find your way into this swamp sort of location, because you're trying to get here to the poison moth's lair. Have a guess what the boss of this level is going to be. It's a freaking moth, I know. It's Mothra. Like, literally, it's Mothra. And this is actually the boss room. I've actually just found it straight away, I'm pretty sure. And it's the boss room, and then you'd go down, and then if you went down, it would actually take you to the item room, which was really cool. I really liked that, because it takes you through a room you've already seen and then into a room where you can collect that. And it's this is a pretty good dungeon because it's all about elevation, which I really enjoyed. Then it gets a bit weird because I believe, and this is like, I'm 90% sure, that the next dungeon is like somewhere around here. I don't remember the exact name of the dungeon, but I do remember it is around here somewhere. It's like ridiculously high up in the mountains. I believe, is this it? Level 4, the Dancing Dragon dungeon. It is like so out of the way compared to all the other 3 dungeons you've done, and it's also a water dungeon. So you have water to deal with, as well as all the other drama. So it's a pretty interesting dungeon, and it also showcases the layout of the dungeons a lot more than some of the other dungeons because it's freaking massive. And obviously this was all done in 2D. This was a 2D dungeon, so it's pretty insane what they could do with just, you know, a 2D dungeon. I got a key in here. This was just a normal room. I'm just trying to find my way through the dungeons now, like, cause, oh man, it's so cool seeing all of this. It's just really well done. Like, it's really well done. I feel like over here, maybe? No, this is just the end of this little bit of the dungeon. I don't remember where the boss fight was for this dungeon. I know it's around here somewhere. It's not here. This is definitely not it. Is it the one? Is it down here? Oh, it's down here. Yeah, you'd get through here, and you'd get through the Dancing Dragon dungeon. You'd have just fought a lot of enemies, and then you fight Digdogger, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is Digdogger's dungeon. And then you'd end up getting the item from here, because a lot of the most of, if not all of the bosses from this game were actually just reused bosses from the original Legend of Zelda. That was like the whole gimmick behind it. And that wasn't Digdogger, was it? No, that was either Digdogger or Gomer. I know Gomer appears at some point, but you end up going back, and then you end up here at Unicorn's Cave, and Unicorn's Cave is a good dungeon. I like Unicorn's Cave. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed this dungeon, because it was just a really unique experience compared to the rest of them. I think this one was when you fought Digdogger. I don't recall 100%, but I'm pretty sure it was. And this was the one we accidentally went into. Yeah, this was Digdogger. This was definitely Digdogger, because these were spikes, and you would pull Digdogger with your magnetic gloves into the spikes, and you would get the blaze powder. I think Dungeon 6 is like all the way over here. This was right here. This was Dungeon 6. You'd have to go through all of this sort of like exploration. You'd have to go through so much to get here, and then you get to these ancient ruins, and this is one of the biggest dungeons. I just pressed a button and made my recording go weird. This is easily the biggest dungeon in the game as far as like height, because it goes up for quite a few floors, and it's got a really classic boss as well, which is one of my personal favorites. I'm trying to figure out where they would have put the boss though. Over here. There it is. Is this the boss room? I think this is the boss room. I feel like it's either a boss room or a mini boss room. Oh yeah, that's the boss room, because that's the item. That's the main item. So fun fact about this little boss room. I'm gonna go back in there just to show you it. This boss room, this was all quicksand, and it's all like trying to drag you in. The boss is in the center of the room. You've got quicksand dragging you in. You've got a few platforms you can stand on, and there's this giant plant thing that's trying to murder you. It's pretty entertaining. Oh, there's Bigoron, the Goron. Look how happy he is. Oh, he looks a bit like a pumpkin. Okay, where was Dungeon 7? I don't think I ever... admittedly, I don't think I ever played through the Oracle games enough to get to Dungeon 7, so I don't remember where Dungeon 7 is. I think this is it? Yeah, this is it, the Explorer's Crypt. This is where you fight Gleeok, and this was... because I think I've only played up to Dungeon 6 in this game, and I've seen a lot of Let's Plays of the rest. Because I tend to, when I play the old 2D Zelda games, I will play them either through and through, or I will just play them up to a certain point. Let me see. The Gleeok boss room is very similar to the boss room. It's this room, isn't it? Right? No, it's not. It's not that room. It's not that room. Ignore me. But it's definitely... wait, it is, actually, I think. No, it's not. Nope. Nope, ignore me. Ignore me again. It is one of these low rooms, though. I know it's one of the low rooms. Is it this room? No, it's not this one. It's not this one. It's definitely not this one. You know, I'd know where it is if I could just find the goddamn the final chest. That's how you know. It's definitely on the lower end of this area though. It's like it's on the lowest floor. I remember that. That's like the one thing I 100% recall. It's not up here. Where the hell was your boss fight, Gleeok? Were you this guy? Were you here? No? Am I just remembering this wrong, and it wasn't actually the bottom floor? I could just be remembering it completely wrong. This is a beautiful room. I like that you can see literally everything here. That is a nice room. Nice room. Alright, let's actually just, like, follow the dungeon and see if we can figure this out. I want to find this goddamn boss room. That goes upstairs. We don't need to go upstairs. We need to go downstairs. I really feel like this room is important somehow. I just don't know how. But it is. Unless there's, like, even further down that you can go, and I just haven't found, like, the command block that that would teleport me even further down. That's probably it. Let's be real. That's probably it. This goes up here. Or maybe it wasn't the last floor. Maybe it was the second to last floor. I'm not sure. The elytra. This would get you the cape, which you could use to, like, glide over things, which was really cool. Where the hell is this? Isn't it? This isn't it, is it? No. No, that's just a compass. That's a normal compass. I am lost. I am actually lost. Where the hell is the ending of this dungeon? Oh my god. Is it through here? No, we've been in there. We've been in there like 50 times, Billy. We've been there. We've done that many times. I'm just sort of now just kind of searching. It might not be on the bottom level. I might have just been completely wrong about that. Or the room I'm looking for was built somewhere else. That's also an option. Oh, man. I feel like this might be the room. This might be, possibly. Let me actually see what these pressure plates do. If they actually do anything. I'm actually gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna just go over to, this was the Explorers Crypt Zelda map. Come on, show us where we're going. Show us where we're meant to be. Show us where we need to be. Okay, I'm looking at the thing now. I'm looking at a map now. And yeah, I think the boss room that we're looking for is on a different floor. I feel like the boss room is built somewhere else. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Or it was built... Like, I know what the final boss rooms look like. I know exactly what they look like. I think it's this rooms. I think it's these rooms. There we go. They had to place them here. This is Gleeok's room. Found it. Fucking found it. Unless it wasn't the bottom floor. It must have been a different floor. But this is Gleeok's room. You can tell because of the spikes. And you'd push him into the... You'd stab him with your sword, and he'd go into the spikes, and he'd die, and blah, blah, blah. So that would be that done. And then you'd need to go to Subrosia. And Subrosia is an interesting place. It's a completely different location. We need to step onto one of these, I believe, to go there. Or, no, it's not one of these, but I know there's a teleport somewhere. I'm gonna look for a teleport. Where is the teleporter? There's one, like, in the woods on the north side. I'm hoping they've got the teleporter working. I think it's somewhere around here. Like, it's somewhere around here. Like, because I remember following someone in the game. You follow a person until they actually... Is it here? Is this it? Is this Subrosia? Nope, that's just a room. Because I'm pretty sure you follow them around here, you follow them over here, you literally follow them all the way over here, and then it's in one of these, it's in one of these. I guess there isn't actually a warp to Subrosia like that, in which case we need to use our warp scroll and go to Subrosia. There we go, and now we're in Subrosia, the volcanic city. This is a smaller location, but it's actually really important because it's got a lot of cool stuff. We've got the Temple of Seasons here, which is where you get the Rod of Seasons, which is like the most important item in the entire game. So, because that's like literally what the game is based off of, and I'm pretty sure there's a room behind here. I feel like there was meant to be a room behind here, and I've just missed it. But maybe I was wrong. I thought there was a room behind there. But yeah, you get the Oracle, Rod of Seasons, and you kind of get to explore Subrosia, and it's like this entirely different world underneath what you've already seen. And there's like this twist that the final dungeon is actually here. It's actually right here, over hither. the level 8, the Sword and Shield Maze. And it's also the only dungeon in this game to actually have a unique boss that wasn't used at a past point during the series, during the Legend of Zelda. And I believe this is actually the room. Wow, found it. And there will be this head, and it would be the Medusa head, and it would freeze you. And it would freeze you and make you unable to move, and it was really cool. It was like it was just a really cool boss. So over here is obviously Subrosia, so let me just see if I can find my way back to the overworld. I think it's this way. There it is. And then once you've got all of the seasons done and you've beaten all of the enemies, you would head here to Onox's castle, which you can't actually get to, I believe, until you've got all 8 seasons essences. And you would stand on here and you would go through some of these rooms and you fight little bosses in each room, I'm pretty sure, from what I recall. You would get through here, and then you'd emerge into here, and then you would have a boss fight, and you would then fall against the Doom Dragon. And yeah, you'd fall on the Doom Dragon and you'd fight him, and it would be a good time. So yeah, that's actually it, I believe. I don't know if they actually added the Twin Rover area, so I'm actually going to quickly just check the warp scroll, see what else they've got. Temple of Seasons, Subrosia Entrance, Northern Peak, Temple Remains, Goron Mountain, Graveyard. The Samasa Desert is a really cool place. I don't recall why you come here in the game, but it's a pretty cool location. Also, Zelda 2D games have this weird habit of putting the desert in the bottom right corner of their map. Not including Link to the Past, but Link's Awakening definitely did it, and so did Oracle, so that was always interesting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I just wanted to really showcase this map because it's a really cool recreation of a game I really enjoyed, and I just thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and tomorrow we'll be back with our regularly scheduled adventure/parkour maps. So talk to you guys later. Goodbye.